Hello guys, it's me Simo Orahara. In today's video I would like to answer a question that some of you were asking when I published my last video. In that video I presented you Kubo's answer about the question of why Rukia didn't recognize Isshin when she was at his home. Some said, alright, if that's so, what about Toshiro and Matsumoto? Are they like Rukia? Didn't they recognize that this person is their former captain Isshin Shiba? That's a good question, and I should have answered it in that video. I thought that everyone knew this issue, but it seems that I'm following the same policy as Kubo. Sometimes I speak about some points and not talk about others, believing that everyone knows them. Anyway, first we have to talk a little bit about Kubo's previous answer, which is related to Rukia. Some fans not convinced about the answer and said that whatever the answer is, it's still a plot hole. But guys, believe me, if I had milligram of doubt that it's a plot hole, I would have said it without any problem. But it's the contrary. There are a lot of evidence in the manga that supports Kubo's answer and shows that he knew what he was doing. The idea is some fans have a wrong perception on this issue. They say maybe Kubo wasn't thinking at that time that Isshin would be a Shinigami, and that's why Rukia didn't show any signs that she knows him. And this is wrong, because Kubo from the beginning of the story was clear about the issue of Isshin being a Shinigami, and he gave us several signs here and there at the beginning of the story. And the first clear indication of this was in chapter 7, how in this scene a traffic accident occurred and many of the injured were taken to Isshin's clinic, and because his clinic is small, it couldn't handle so many wounded, so he called the hospital that's run by Yuryu's father Ryuken and told them to send a number of free beds. Who answered Isshin told him that they can't not provide him what he asking for. But here, notice what Isshin will say. Isshin said to him, tell your boss it's a request from Kurosaki. He'll find me some free beds real quick. Do it. And this was a hidden hint from Kubo about an existence relationship between both Isshin and Ryuken. It was the first indication about Isshin's identity. And Kubo even confirmed this in the first data book when he commented on this page saying that there is a hidden past between Isshin and Ryuken. And keep in mind, we're talking about the 7th chapter, the beginning. So the issue is that Kubo wasn't planning for Isshin to be a Shinigami is completely wrong. Even in chapter 63, Osan Zangetsu told Ichigo that the power Byakuya destroyed is only Rukia's power, not his true Shinigami powers. And this indicates that Ichigo has his own Shinigami powers, and automatically the source of that power is from his father Isshin. Even Ichigo talked about this in chapter 676, if I'm not wrong about the number. He asserted that his Quincy in Shinigami powers are inherited from his parents. Also, one of the reasons why Rukia was unable to know Isshin is at that time Isshin didn't restore his Shinigami power yet, which means he was literally a human. So how could Rukia think that this man who is without any power is Isshin, powerless man who couldn't even save his wife from Grand Fisher? Therefore, Rukia's case is easy, does not need any complications in my opinion. Now let's talk about the main topic of this video. If one of the reasons Rukia didn't know Isshin was that she was in another division far from him, so what about Matsumoto and Toshiro? As we saw in the flashback Everything But the Rain, Matsumoto was the vice captain of Isshin and Toshiro was the 3rd seat. So as long as there is such strong relationship between Isshin and Toshiro and Matsumoto, did they notice Isshin's presence when they came to Ichigo's house? This question was also asked to Kubo at club outside, and he answered yes, they did, which means unlike Rukia when they came, they sensed the presence of their former captain, because at that time Isshin's power was back to him. So they felt that this Ryatsu is not strange to them, and here the question will arise. If that's the case, then why we didn't witness any contact between the three? Kubo had answered these questions also in the book, I think JIT book, or that's its name, so he was asked about this topic in the same way, and he gave them this answer. And in short, Toshiro and Matsumoto didn't want to intrude on Isshin's new life, as if they said, yes, we know that this person is Isshin Shiba, who was our former captain, but let's let him live his new life in peace, as long as he chooses to live in another world away from his previous life as a captain of the 10th Division. So, in terms of how the characters thought, I'm okay with that. I can understand why Toshiro and Matsumoto didn't want to talk with Isshin, but what I see as Kubo's mistake is not clarifying such issues to the readers, like drawing a scene where both Toshiro and Matsumoto speak about Isshin and how they sensed his presence or something like that. The important is to explain to the readers such things. Okay, you don't want them to meet each other, that's your problem, but as a story and plot, we need some clarifications. That's why this is one of the things that makes some events incomprehensible, because Kubo deliberately not revealing them, and thus make many say, then as long as he didn't reveal them, it's a plot hole, while Kubo often follows the rule of, it's not a problem, the readers will understand these things by reading between the lines, and this is what I don't agree with. Such things have to be clarified through certain scenes, so that all the readers, whether the ones that delve into the events or superficial readers, everyone has the right to know such events. Anyway, back to Toshiro and Matsumoto, we can say that even in the past, when they were with Isshin at the same division, they had the same principle, which is, we don't have to interfere in our captain's affairs. And the most prominent example of that is when Isshin was heading to the real world to investigate the disappearance of some Shinigami, Matsumoto also wanted to go behind him, but Toshiro persuaded her not to go, since they can't help by anything. They will just stand in his way. And perhaps Toshiro's last words saying, we will only stand in his way, a valid sentence even after they come to Isshin's house and find out that he is their former captain. They automatically understood that Isshin took another path, better not to get in his way again, because Toshiro and Matsumoto, their lives are linked to the Gotei 13 and the Soul Society, while Isshin took another path far away from them, especially after his marriage to a Quincy woman. And I must say again, I wished if Kubo had drawn scenes of Toshiro and Matsumoto in which they talked about him, about Isshin, even in a short words. At least as a readers, we would have a clear background about this point. So guys, tell me your opinions in the comments and see you guys in my next video.